Max followed the plan. A safe degree. 4 years of preparation, thousands of hours invested, all for a job that was supposed to be waiting for him. There's just one problem. That job doesn't exist anymore. Max is 18, and like most 18-year-olds, he's being asked to decide the next decade of his life. He does what seems reasonable. He looks for stability, demand, money that justifies the risk, accounting, finance, numbers. His parents approve, his school approves, even the job boards from years ago approve. Every signal says the same thing. This is the safe path. So he takes it. 4 years, no doubts, just execution. He shows up, he studies, he passes, because the plan made sense. And that's exactly the problem. Max graduates. 4 years, done exactly as planned. No mistakes, no detours, no doubts. Just a degree that was supposed to unlock a future. But the future doesn't look the same anymore. Entry-level jobs that used to require a degree now require experience. Internships he never knew he needed are now mandatory filters. And the roles he was preparing for are quietly shrinking into software, outsourcing, and automation. The strange part is, nothing changed while he was studying. Everything just changed slowly enough that it didn't feel like change. So Max enters the market expecting a transition. Instead, he finds a filter, and he's standing on the wrong side of it. The degree still exists, the expectation still exists, the promise still exists, but the path it was supposed to guarantee doesn't. And for the first time, the question shifts. It's no longer, what job do I get? It's, where did the jobs go? Max doesn't fully realize it yet, but what he just discovered in the job market doesn't stay in the job market. It reaches backwards, into the decision he made years ago. Now he finally looks at the math no one showed him before he signed anything. The degree cost $40,000 in loans. Over 10 years, $54,500 total. $454 a month, every month, for a decade. That part is simple, predictable, fixed. But the job he was preparing for isn't fixed anymore. It shifted while he was still studying for it. Entry-level roles don't look like entry-level anymore. They ask for experience you can only get after you already have a job. Internships became filters. Junior roles became bottlenecks. And parts of the work quietly disappeared into automation and software. So the salary he expected was never the real baseline. It was an old snapshot of a market that kept moving. $55,000 on paper, $42,000 in reality. But the real gap isn't income, it's timing. Because the degree didn't just cost money. It bought into a version of the job market that stopped existing while he was in it. And that's when it clicks. The loan didn't trap him. The mismatch did. He didn't choose the wrong number. He chose the right number for the wrong version of the world. Max stops looking at the numbers for a moment, because the numbers aren't the hardest part anymore. The hardest part is what they imply. That everything he did made sense at the time and still ended up here. He didn't cut corners. He didn't waste time. He didn't make obvious mistakes. He did what he was told works. And it worked. Exactly long enough to get him here. Now he has a degree, a loan, a job market that doesn't match the plan, and a question that doesn't have a clean answer. If you did everything right, how did you end up somewhere that feels wrong? He goes back through it in his head. School, decision, degree, expectation. Every step was reasonable. Every step was approved. Every step was normal. And that's what makes it unsettling. There was never a moment where it felt like a mistake, just a sequence that led somewhere unexpected. Max isn't confused anymore. He's aware. And awareness doesn't fix anything. It just removes the comfort of not knowing. So what does Max do now? Nothing. Not at first, because there's nothing to fix in the short term. No decision to undo. No clean way back. He still goes to work, still shows up, still follows the routine. But something is different. Not outside, inside. And that leaves one question behind everything else. If the safe path doesn't guarantee anything anymore, what are we all actually following? If this made you think differently about your own path, subscribe.